it's hard. It's hard to have it. It's hard to get it. Joey Styles, without a doubt, had a copy of it.
I don't have it.
You need to get it.
I don't want it.
Well, then you'll never have it.
It's hardcore. It's uncensored. It's On Your Mark with Mark E. Xtreme.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, it is time for the greatest wrestling podcast there is. I'm Skeeter Skyflyer, and I'm going to bring to the stage of listening for your ears right now the greatest champion of backyard wrestling entertainment, and also the only one ever, Mark Xtreme.
Oh, hell yeah. And you're bringing me on the stage, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to jump off of it through a stack of tables. Like when Raven was in WCW and he used to stack like 3 tables outside the... Man, God dang it, I miss WCW. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mark. Xtreme 15-plus year undefeated backyard wrestling entertainment champion and owner. And on top of all that badass, cool-ass, funky-ass shit, I am the host of On Your Mark, the #1 wrestling YouTube series, giving you the best shoot interviews that the world has ever seen with the likes of Young Bucks, Matt Hardy, and Christy Hemme the Witch. And we've taken everything you love about the YouTube series, and we have fucked it into the podcast world, and you're getting it every Wednesday real goddamn hard. It's the On Your Mark Wrestling Podcast. We're diving deep into topics every Wednesday, and this week is no different. And you know what is special and different about this podcast is we ain't coating it with sprinkles and titty farts and Twinkies. We're giving it to you raw. We're giving it to you uncensored, and this week we're giving it to you oh my God, Xtreme.
Did you look at my notes?
Yeah, I took a peek. I'm pumped, Skeeter. For one time, you finally give me something I'm happy about.
Well, I like to surprise you with it. Why did you hack my notes?
You know what? Maybe I'm the SmackDown goddamn hacker. Maybe, I'm fucking Neo. And you know what, Skeeter? None of your secrets are safe. I've seen everything you've ever put on the computers.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. You're fucked, Skeeter. You are royally fucked. And you look at me cross, or you do me wrong, or you ever try to leave or abandon me, I'm gonna fucking this is all the potential blackmail.
Oh, no. I'm sorry.
Hey, don't say sorry now. Say sorry if you ever try to fucking abandon me.
Okay, I'd never abandoned you. I'm loyal forever, to the end, till my dying breath.
You know who else is loyal, Skeeter? Hardcore wrestling fans, extreme wrestling fans. And that leads us into this week's episode, which is what, Skeeter?
Joey Styles.
Skeeter, thank you. For once, you don't give me something that I don't want to talk about. You give me something that I'm pumped the goddamn. Oh my God! And god dang, behind the announcement, man, there was nobody like him. I can't wait to deep dive inside of Joey Styles.
Well, before we do that, we got a little business to take care of. So, of course, be sure to rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts. That helps us out a whole bunch. It helps people know about the show, and you can end up winning a free t-shirt from that. I think even next week we might be announcing a winner for that. So be sure to go on Apple Podcasts and give a rate and review to the show. Also, you got to check out our Patreon. We got all kinds of stuff on our Patreon page, patreon.com/OYM show. You can get these podcasts early. That's right. 2 days early. You can get the videos early. You get all that content early. You could also check out a bunch of other cool stuff on there. And it's time for our Xtreme shout outs.
That's right, Skeeter. The people, the skid marks that make this all possible. If you're a part of our Patreon, you get a special shout out every week on our podcast, just like this one. Tom, Mr. Blix, Hillbilly Bryn, Max, and Angela Elias. Well, there you have it. Thank you guys so much for supporting us over at patreon.com/OIM show.
Well, let's deep dive into the self-proclaimed extreme announcer, Joey Styles. He was born Joseph Carmine Bonsignori. I think he's French. On July 14th, 1971 in the Bronx, New York. Have you ever been to the Bronx, New York?
No, I've heard too many scary stories. I think that it'd be best if I've heard too many rumors that the mob doesn't particularly like me, so I probably should stay away from the mob,
Oh, yeah, the main event Mobfia.
Yeah. Whatever you want to call them, tomato. They come in many different titles, and so it's
in
best
TNA, the main event Mobfia.
No, that's the main event Mafia. You fucking idiot!
Isn't that the same thing? The Mobfia,
the mob and the Is it the mob and the mafia? Why'd they call two different things?
Well, Kevin Nash is in the main event Mobfia and Sting.
Mafia, not Mobfia.
I think it's the same thing.
Is it?
Potato.
You're right.
Well, as you've already said, Joey Styles has his signature catchphrase when he was announcing an ECW. Oh my gosh!
What you can't say God for?
I don't want to offend anybody. People have different gods they worship, and I don't want to.
Yeah, but what God do you worship?
You.
Good answer. That was about to leak your blackmail. I was so close.
He was the first wrestling commentator to call wrestling pay-per-views on his own without color commentary. Never before had that been done. Jim Ross never did it. Vince McMahon never did it. Mike Adamle never did it. He was the first. That's pretty impressive as a feat.
Yeah, no, I relate a lot to Joey Styles. You don't need anybody to help you. I've had many people over the years say, "Hey, Marky, what if you started a stable? Hey, Marky, what if you had a tag team? Hey, Marky, what if you had a fucking robot clone of yourself? I don't need help. I don't need somebody come out there and add to me, because that would just, get things messy. I bring enough to the table. I'm a one-man NWO. I'm a one-man tag team. And, Joey Styles is a one-man commentary team. When you got it, you got it. That's a very popular subject in wrestling that people oftentimes tap into, is that it factor. Hear all the time, it factor. Do you have it?
Stop. That's that scary clown movie.
Yeah, but if you have a copy of it, you have it. And Joey Styles probably has it, and that's what one of the first things we teach at Background Wrestling Academy. First, what is the first thing we teach? First thing we teach is
chair shots.
Second thing we teach is buy a copy of it so you have it. Joey Styles clearly has it, and he's done very well in this business.
I don't have it. That is too scary. The clown that's evil and eats children, I can't have it.
You need to buy it.
I can't have it.
You need to get it.
I don't want it.
Well, then you'll never have it.
Maybe I shouldn't have it. But Joey Styles, as you say, has it. Joey Styles got his start in professional wrestling announcing while still attending Hofstra University by working for Tony Capone's North American Wrestling Alliance. I never knew that.
Sounds like mob stuff, man. Jimmy Hofstra, God dang, man. I can't, as much as I am excited about talking about Joey Styles and how much we have in common and ECW and oh my God and all the cool shit, I'm clearly learning through your research that he's a part of the mob, and I got to choose my words wisely in this episode because, I'm on rocky grounds with the mob, Skeeter.
He does always wear a suit.
Yep, exactly.
And the main event, Mafia, always wore suits.
Mafia, but yes.
Joey Styles debuted with ECW at the Super Summer Sizzle Spectacular Show in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania on June 19th, 1993. Did you watch that show?
I don't remember if I watched that one because, I was I was still a little tight, I was still a little lowercase, so there were some things that, are a little hazy, but I probably did, my mom, obviously found out very young that, I was born for this business. So I started my research very, very young, but some of those early years that I haven't had time to go back and watch, the little hazy, but tell me about it. What happened?
Well, he then joined as the ECW Hardcore TV announcer. I mean, I didn't watch the Super Summer Scissors Spectacular because I couldn't find it on the WWE Network. So I couldn't watch it. You put the parental controls on me, so it was really hard to do a lot of research.
Skeeter, I can't walk into a room again and see some of the weird shit that you've pulled up left on the TV before because people are going to think that that's me watching it. I'm not going to be pulled down with your sins, Skeeter. So yes, I put parental controls on my TVs because of you.
But it's all research. Everything I do is research.
What? I'm not even going to. Nope. Blackmail. It's all blackmail. How is that research is all I'm going to say.
Because I didn't know about it, so I had to watch it. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
What did you say?
I said what you said. That's all I'm going to say.
Are you speaking in a New Orleans accent? What the hell was that?
No, I just speaking in my accent. I'm speaking Skeeter accent. That's all I'm going to say.
Continue,
Skeeter. How am I doing? Stop.
You got to stop now. But if you don't want to stop, if you want to keep going, then I suggest you join our hot contest right now at youtube.com/OnYourMarkShow called On Your Mark 10K Go. It's a contest and it's so easy to join. It's the race where you don't even have to get off your couch. If you hit subscribe, if you hit a big old macho man elbow drop to the subscribe button on our YouTube channel, you are automatically entered to win what, Skeeter?
A copy of WWE Battlegrounds. Physical, digital, whichever you'd like, and on whatever system is your preference. And they've just recently shown more of that game on television. They've shown more stuff with helicopters and Stone Cold Steve Austin and Undertaker and Lightning. There's legends and present superstars. It looks like it's going to be pretty epic.
I can't wait to play it. I can't wait to throw John Cena in a gator's mouth and then electrocute him and then run over him with a tank and then take some barbed wire and shove it into his ear holes and pull it out of his asshole.
Don't you make fun of Leva Bates for playing video games?
This is going to be for research, Skeeter. Obviously, clearly, I don't play games. I don't play with toys. I'm a grown ass man. I got bills to pay. But if you got bills to pay and you can't afford a copy of WWE Battleground, then go to youtube.com/OnYourMarkShow and hit a outsider's edge on that subscribe button, and you are automatically entered. And when we hit 10,000 subscribers, you might be the winner.
In his tenure with ECW, Joey Styles eventually had more color commentators, including Ravishing Rick Rude, Joel Gertner, and Cyrus. Marquee Xtreme, could you ever see yourself being a commentator?
I get that at some point in people's careers, they have to switch gears. Because of injuries or all kinds of different reasons, or maybe, they just get, a little burnt out with what they're doing. I recently obviously retired. You know, I did everything there was to do in this business. I will come out of retirement when the money's right. But I'm happy with everything I've done. I don't need to do something different. I was born to do one thing, and that's be extreme. That's be extreme by nature, extreme by heart. And Joey Styles was born to be an announcer. So, this is one thing I don't agree with. I don't think he needed anybody to help him. I don't think that, I think it should always be just Joey Styles out there by himself, oh my God, and screaming and extreme and ECW and god dang suits and stuff. And, I'm a big Joey Styles fan. And I think that, again, you get too much cooks in the kitchen, and then before you know it, a Twinkie is fucked.
What?
What did I do? I didn't say nothing.
I thought you did. I didn't understand it.
You could continue.
So Joey Styles at the time also worked full-time in ad sales for News America Marketing, a division of News Corp in New York City. So he wasn't just doing announcing, he also worked a full-time job on top of that.
Further clearly showing that he's got some things going on that we don't know about. This is obviously a cover-up of what's really happening. I mean, it's clear. And again, I'm going to choose my words wisely, that Joey Styles is in the mob. And, what somebody does on their own time is their own business. I just know that the more you tell me, Skeeter, in this episode, the clearer this picture gets. And that's all I'm going to say.
I thought the Mafia was in Orlando. I didn't think they're in New York City.
They're all over the world.
What?
Yeah, they were born in New York. That's where the mafia mom, she gives birth to mafia babies in New York. But that doesn't mean that they can't live their life in different parts of the world.
Are they in Canada?
They can be. It's probably harder to get there.
But wait, don't they have to be near water? Because don't they sleep with fishes?
I don't know. I've never confirmed that, but I've heard that. The mafia is the mafia is like lizard people. They might have special powers that we don't know about. Lizard people can change the shapeshifters. Mafia can sleep underwater. That's why you can't find them at night.
Oh, no. Hey, this is one of the scary episodes we've done. We're talking about it with the scary clown. We're talking about the mafia that are lizard people that hide.
Skeeter, look, like I said up top, I keep it hardcore, I keep it real, and I keep it extreme. And sometimes you got to get real, I don't want to end up missing after this episode about what I'm revealing to the world. But, if I'm going to be the person that's going to, open people's eyes and change the world, and they're going to get woke, then, I will be the sacrificial pony, and I'll do what I got to do, because that's what I was born to do. I was born to be extreme, and I was born to be a hero.
Wow. Joey Styles worked with ECW until 2001 when it declared bankruptcy. And then 2002, he did some commentary for MLW. Mark Xtreme, have you ever tried to book Joey Styles as a BWE commentator?
I really wish you wouldn't have brought this up, because I think my rocky start with the Mafia started when I tried to book Joey Styles for Backyard Wrestling Entertainment. Let's just say this. Miscommunication. I call Joey Styles. I find his number. I have access. I can get anybody's wrestler's number in wrestling. You've seen that. I'm one of the boys. I can get numbers. Wrestlers want to give me numbers, they're ribbing when they're saying, here, take this number if you just leave me alone, I got Joey Styles' number from RVD. RVD says, and he was ribbing, hey, or take this number, leave me the fuck alone, kid. He's joking, but I can get anybody's number I want in this business. I got Joey Styles' number. I called him and I called him and I called him and I left a voicemail and a voicemail and a voicemail and I texted him and I texted him. For 475 texts, 323 voicemails. Later, he finally answers. And that's where I think the rocky start with me and the mob started is there was a miscommunication. I wanted to give Joey Styles an opportunity in Backyard Wrestling Entertainment. For some reason, I called him on a wrong day and he told me to go fuck myself. I still think he's kind of ribbing, but that's where I do think that my rocky start with the mob started. So Skeeter, that's all I'm going to say. Again, I don't want to end up missing after this episode.
To me, that's good communication. If I had Rosemary's number, I'd call Rosemary every 2 minutes. And just that's me trying to communicate with her and use good communication.
Skeeter, I can get you Rosemary's number.
Okay. Yeah, yes, please.
But you gotta entertain me.
All right, I'll juggle. I dropped it. Hold on. I get it right. Hold on.
Skeeter, this is not good for a podcast.
Well, I'm juggling. No, I'm entertaining you.
Sing.
You want me to belly dance? I'll belly dance.
Skeeter, oh God. Oh God. Stop. Okay. Moving forward. There's nothing you could do that entertains me. Everything you do brings me to the verge of puking. So you lost it. You could have had her number, but you can't, just like you will never be a wrestler. Let's continue with the show.
Dang it. All right. Well, Joey Styles made his return to ECW One Night Stand in 2005. We thought we'd never see ECW again. We thought we'd never see Joey Styles again, but it all came back together in one night for this historic event put on by the WWE, and this was a moment in wrestling history.
Yep.
What? Did you see the show? It was One Night Stand, and it had Rhino, it had Taz, it had...
Don't get me wrong, I was very pumped about it, but at this point in my career, I was deep in it. I was deep in the business. I was the most extreme. So I hold a little bit of animosity against this show because I feel like I should have been booked. I should have been booked. But maybe it's because my rocky relationship with the mob. Maybe I'm too extreme for what, they couldn't, I think that WWE, it's like, hey, go out there and do an ECW show, but don't be too extreme because we're a PG bubblegum and titty fart company. So I think that, I was, it was hard. It's a tough subject with me, Skeeter, the one night stand.
So upset. You're upset that you weren't part of the WWE invading with Orlando Jordan and JBL and Maven. That you weren't part of them invading the show?
No, I would have been a part of obviously ECW. My middle name is Xtreme,
yeah, but they spell it differently, and then you also weren't in ECW, so how could you be in ECW?
Yeah, but I should have been, is what I'm saying. Definitely by that point, they knew about me, obviously. The world had been talking about me by that point, So, it's a sore subject. Don't get me wrong. On one side, I'm very excited. On the other side, my butthole is a little fucking puckered. Okay, I'm a little frustrated. It's a part of the business, Skeeter. You get jealous. And that's one thing I teach my students too is get jealous, get angry. When somebody goes out there and does something that you want, don't be proud of them. Be jealous.
Oh, I'm proud of everybody that comes through those gates at Backyard Wrestling Entertainment. I'm so happy for them. I love them. I support them. I think everybody's so good, and I could never be jealous of them. I'm so happy.
Yeah, well, you know what? You will never go anywhere in this business, and clearly all you're going to be is acid and indigestion into this business. And if you want acid and indigestion, then I suggest you go over to Hillbilly Tim's Coleslaw Shop and get you some Hillbilly Tim's Coleslaw. Hey, Skeeter, you had some Hillbilly Tim's Coleslaw yesterday. How are you? What do you think about it?
I think it's the best coleslaw I've eaten all week, and I eat a lot of coleslaw. And Hillbilly Tim is one of the best. He's got very natural ingredients that come from the ground, including all the cabbage and the other stuff that goes into it. And sometimes you'll see bugs in there, but that's also part of the earth. That's what you got to remember is if you see any cockroaches or ants or any centipedes inside your coleslaw, Hillbilly Tim's coleslaw, that's just organic is what he'll say. He say it's organic, and then he grabs you by the collar and goes, you'll eat it and you'll love it. And you do. You eat it and you love it. And centipedes are good protein, and you get all those little legs, and that's super fun. So I love it. I love Hillbilly Tim's coleslaw.
Yeah, Hillbilly Tim's Coleslaw Shop is a fully immersive experience. He will stand right next to your table as you're eating. And like Skeeter said, you'll eat it and you'll love it, and he'll make sure you do. So go on down to Hillbilly Tim's Coleslaw Shop. You know, it's right near my dumbass stepdad Ted's Radio Shack, so you can't miss it on Highway 17.
At one night stand, Styles had confronted Eric Bischoff on commentary and said some very controversial remarks. He said, Eric Bischoff, by the way, you were the worst GD play-by-play man I ever heard, and if you didn't run that company, you'd never get a freaking headset.
You know what? I think that one of the best things you can feel in this business is looking Eric Bischoff in the face and telling him what he needs to hear. You know, I've done it. And in case you haven't heard it, I think this is a good opportunity for us to go take a trip into the vault and hear exactly what I'm talking about when I got to confront Eric Bischoff in New York City.
From the vault.
Another thing about we're talking about WCW and how you let it go out of business.
Whoa! I didn't let anything go out of business.
Well, I'm just saying that, like, you've made excuses. You made excuses over the years that AOL is the reason that WCW went out of business. But obviously, it had probably a lot to do with you and a lot to do with Shane McMahon coming in and buying the company. I mean, we saw that on TV. So I just
I would like it. Look, you're doing a comedy show in front of 55 people in New York City. It's kind of like the same thing. Who are you blaming that on, mother?
56. This is a big crowd. This is a hot crowd. I mean,
It's a hot crowd because I'm here, not because you're here.
Okay.
Do you believe that?
thank you.
From the vault.
Well, there you have it, Skeeter. I sure as fuck let Eric Bischoff know what's up, and so did Joey Styles.
Yeah, then he also, he got you in like a leg scissors and did all that.
That was a setup for the move I was about to do until I was split up by all the backyard wrestling entertainment personalities.
So wait a minute. This is confusing. I'm trying to figure out how this food chain works. Okay, because Eric Bischoff beat up Marky Xtreme, but Joey Styles knocked out JBL. And Eric Bischoff didn't try and fight Joey Styles. So wait a minute. Is Joey Styles the toughest guy in the world?
I feel like you're trying to get me to say something that could get me, disappeared. I feel like you're trying to like instigate me into saying something negative about Joey Styles because Skeeter, stop the recording. Stop the recording.
Why?
Stop the fucking recording. Stop the fucking recording.
Okay.
Okay. So Skeeter, if I say what I want to say, which is Joey Styles is a fucking bitch, and he's obviously fucking, not as extreme as me. And there's no fucking comparison. And clearly the mob has shit with me, but you know what? You know what? They can kiss my ass because I'm Marky Xtreme and I'm the most badass wrestler. And you try to come at me with your Tommy guns and your whips and chains. Well, I'll swing a goddamn chair. Okay? I'll throw fucking barbed wire bombs at you. You know, that's what I would tell the mob. You know, that's what I would tell Joey Styles. But I know what you're trying to do, Skeeter. You're trying to get me to say things like this on air so that, you know, it'll cause controversy and Dave Meltzerman will start talking about it. And then next thing you know, Marky Xtreme has gone missing. Oh, and then who's the heir to BWE? Well, for the time being, until Marky Xtreme makes his heroic recovery after he's gone off and killed all the members of the mobfias. And there's a big old war. It's me and all the millions of the mobpias we're in a big old field and there's cannons and I'm stopping them with my chair and I'm hitting the cannonballs with the chair and then the cannonballs go back to the mobfias and it blows all the mobfias up. When I come back and make between then and that time, oh, guess who's the heir to the BWE throne? Skeeter has to take it over. I know this is your fucking game. You're just trying to get me to say something so I disappear so you can take over BWE. Well, Skeeter, it's not going to happen. And I'm not going to say these things, you know? So we're going to go back on air and you're going to jump to your next question as if this never fucking happened, okay?
Okay, I just thought the show was uncensored and you could say whatever you want and you're not afraid of nobody.
Well, obviously I am fucking afraid. Okay, maybe I am a fucking bitch about some things, Skeeter.
Can you just write them all down? Because it's New Jack you're afraid of. It's the
New Jack.
Main Event Mafia.
Main Event Mafia, the movie Stargate. And hell, I just saw fucking Ad Astra and cried my goddamn eyes out. Did you see that fucking movie?
No, I thought you don't watch movies.
I have plenty of fucking time to watch movies, Skeeter. God dang it. I just tell people I'm fucking busy to make myself look more fucking important. I saw Ad Astra. The whole goddamn movie is basically the story of my life. His dad goes missing on fucking Pluto, and he goes on a fucking mission to find him. And when he gets there, spoiler alert, his fucking dad doesn't want nothing to do with him. You know, I've bawled my goddamn eyes out like a fucking pussy, and then I'm fucking, my girlfriend fucking left me for 3 days because I cried so hard. Skeeter, there are obviously things I don't say on air because I don't want the world to know how extreme I am not. Okay?
Okay.
So let's start.
I apologize.
Thank you.
Sorry.
It's fucking whatever. It's okay. So let's just start the show back after a countdown of 3. And when we get back, let's go to the next question and wrap this bitch up here soon. So
okay.
3.
1, 2.
Nope. 3.
1.
Stop.
2.
Stop. You're pissing me off. Don't do it. Don't fucking do it. I see your fucking dumb mouth. 3, 2, 1. Start the recording.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, there.
Okay, we're back. Nothing happened there.
No, we're not back. We've been rolling this whole time.
We are back, and everything's fine off air. And everything's good on air.
We're never off air. We've been rolling on air this whole time.
You know, before we took a break,
no break happened.
I mentioned how Joey Styles knocked out JBL. Isn't that crazy? Did you ever hear that story that Joey Styles on a tour of Iraq with WWE, that Joey Styles was getting hazed by JBL, and JBL's just this big bully type and just kept running his mouth and kept doing that. And there's little Joey Styles that everybody's like, oh, he's just a weak little guy. He talks, you know, he's just a little guy. And then can you imagine someone bullying someone so that weak, and then just all of a sudden they just knock him out? They just rise up and knock him out. Isn't that crazy?
Well, you know, I didn't hear about the story, and you know, but I'd like to say, you know, being a hero, and you know, obviously somebody that kids look up to, and adults and old people look up to. You know, bullies never win. You know, I'm very much against bullying, and you know, I don't do it. I don't agree with it, and bullies never win.
God, good thing you don't bully me, because one day I might just knock you out, Marky Xtreme.
Don't get ahead of yourself, you fucking idiot.
Well, November 2005, Joey Styles did probably what was the best thing in his whole career. He became a commentator on WWE Raw as part of a 3-man booth. And then from there, it just opened up the doors because WrestleMania 22, he lost, as he put it, his WrestleMania virginity when he was commentator for Edge versus Mick Foley in a hardcore match. And then next year, he was at WrestleMania commentating the ECW Originals match. So he finally made it. He made it to the WWE. Isn't that exciting?
Yeah, that's great. And, talent realizes greatness. And, I definitely, I'm just waiting, for that fucking phone call because, the world is waiting for me to lose my my WrestleMania virginity. And, so, Vince McMahon, obviously, as he's a businessman, he wants to make money. And, if somebody's out there that's making waves, like me for 15 plus years, he's gonna cast that net out and bring him in from the ocean, sleeping with the fishes,
Who's the net?
Cat, he's gonna throw a net out.
Who is she? Who's the net?
No, a net, not a person named. Oh, God dang
is
it!
Is she in NXT?
Yeah, Skeeter. Yeah, Annette is in NXT.
Oh, cool. What's she look like?
She's made of fucking gold and she's fucking can fly and you know what? She shits fucking diamonds.
What? What's that for real?
Yeah,
she sounds amazing.
She's got all the belts and fuck. You know what? And she's fucking. She's also she's married to Sting.
Oh, so she's old.
Yeah, she's old and she's young and she's fucking all of them.
She's both of that?
Yeah, she's eternal.
Can you change the parental control so I can watch Annette on NXT?
Oh, yeah, you bet it, buddy. You got it.
Thank you. Oh, right. This is turning out great. Can I also get Rosemary's number?
You know what, Skeeter? Actually, absolutely. I would love to watch you call Rosemary, make a goddamn fool of yourself.
Oh, I might become a married man is what I might become. I might become fool in love. Oh, okay. So on Monday Night Raw, May 1st, 2006, Joey Styles quit. He gave this promo that was before the CM Punk pipe bomb in which he shot hard on all things WWE, talked about the difference between wrestling and sports entertainers and superstars and wrestlers and calling moves. Now, this was an epic moment in WWE history and was one of the greatest promos I've ever seen. Marky Xtreme, what do you think of this promo?
It's definitely up there. It's people talk there. There's like a top 5, of the best promos of all time, and you got people up there that fucking, are so good on the stick. Ric Flair, CM Punk. Kid Romeo from WCW. These are the people that people talk about to this day are the best people cutting a promo. And Joey Styles, this one is up there, and it's people overlook, you got to be a talented wrestler in this business. But you know what? One thing people forget about that we take very seriously at Backyard Wrestling Academy is how to cut a promo. It's very important. I mean, it also just makes me wonder, what could have Joey Styles been like as a wrestler? I bet, Joey Styles could have gone out there, put him up with some of the legends in this business, fucking Undertaker, Sting and Kwee and Mark Jindrak. He could have had knock him out, drag him out matches if he wanted to, look at him, but he had it. You don't have it, Skeeter. So, Joey Styles had it.
Well, low key and behold, Joey Styles then became play-by-play announcer for WWE's ECW, which was a really great ECW on Sci-Fi with Taz. So he did that, but then shortly thereafterwards, he was replaced by Mike Adamle, and then he then retired from announcing and became the director of digital media content at WWE. Then he got promoted to vice president of digital media content. Does Backyard Wrestling Entertainment have anything like that?
Have what? What the fuck is digital media content?
I don't know. Do we have that?
Maybe. I don't know. We've got all kinds of departments. Here's the thing is nobody cares about digital media content. The only thing that we do is we go out there every night and we tell a story, and we put art into the world, because what we're doing is art. And, I don't know what digital media content is, and I sure as hell know that WWECW was fucking bullshit, and your opinion on that is still pisses me off. But I'm thoroughly confused, because you're telling me Joey Styles is an announcer. You're telling me Joey Styles is a media content. You're telling me he, worked in the stock exchange. I don't know what the fuck you said earlier. I don't know. What I do know is this guy's got a lot of stuff that we don't know about going on. And again, Skeeter, you're trying to get me to talk about things that I shouldn't talk about,
Vice President of Digital Media Content. Well, you think that's like a mafia job or something?
I think that
WWE?
might be code. It might be code for something else. All I'm saying, because those are words that I don't know what they mean. When something does, I don't know what it means. I think that obviously means there's a conspiracy.
Well,
people tell me all the time.
WWE has the mafia in it.
I would not be surprised if WWE doesn't have ties to the mafia.
Oh my God, that's crazy. I mean, oh my gosh. Oh, I almost said a bad thing. So, August of 2016, Joey Styles was released from his WWE contract and returned to advertising sales in New York. And he did the occasional commentary at indie shows, but later that year retired. So Joey Styles doesn't do commentary anymore. It's the year 2020, and I certainly miss him as a commentator. I think he's one of the greats. What could pull Joey Styles out of retirement?
I like to look at, people like Tony Schiavone, for example. For years, he is, god dang, one of the best announcers in this business. And, for years he's like, oh, fuck wrestling. I'm never coming back. And then, Conrad Thompson pulls him out of it, So I'm just here to say this. If we can forget our rocky past, and if we could, bridge the troubled waters, I think I could probably, without a shadow of a doubt, be that person that reignites the spark for Joey Styles. Like, could you imagine if Joey Styles came back and announced for Backyard Wrestling Entertainment? I think that could reignite his spark. I think that could heal a lot of the animosities that are going on between me and potentially the mafia, and I would sleep better at night, But, might have to just leave that one to fantasy booking.
Well, this has been a great episode. I love talking about Joey Styles. Such a great and legendary commentator, but we got to wrap things up for this episode. So thank you to Dragon Wagon Radio and for hosting this podcast. And there's all sorts of other great podcasts on the network, like HE double hockey sticks with this. To hell with this. It's movie.
To hell with this. It's to hell with this. You stupid bitch.
So with this, it's a movie podcast where they watch they're film fanatics, but they're also industry professionals. So they work in movies and they sit down and watch some of their favorite movies together.
Ooh, fancy, cool. You know what? That sounds real cool. I'm sure they got lots of money, but you know what they don't have? They don't have cool a fucking exclusive Dragon Wagon shirts as we have. And you can get those at OnYourMarkShow.com. They got the Shake Wake shirt, the On Your Mark podcast shirt, and the On Your Mark mugs that you can use as a weapon. I'm sure that fucking to hell with this podcast doesn't have as cool of exclusive podcast shirts as we do.
Well, no, I'm definitely biased towards ours. I think they're great, but I'd like to with this as well. I think they got some neat stuff too.
To hell with this, you bitch.
Well, be sure to check out our YouTube show, youtube.com/OnYourMarkShow, where you're going to see great interviews with Dexter Loomis and Raven and Matt Hardy when he's broken and not broken. All kinds of interviews. There's so much fun stuff there. Be sure to rate and review the show on Apple Podcasts and check us out on TikTok. Over 14,000 followers on TikTok. It's amazing. The numbers are huge for it, and they just keep growing with every video that's released on there at OYM Show. Be sure to check that out, and hopefully I could do some of them dances on there soon.
No, we want to keep growing followers and not losing them.
So, Joey Styles, is he the greatest commentator of all time?
You know what? I would say so. You know, he's got everything packed into one. You know, he's a commentator. He's a colored commentator. He's a play-by-play and an analyst. He's everything wrapped into one. You know, I'm Mark Xtreme. I'm a tag team. I'm a stable, and I'm a diva. All of it in one. You know, so you know it's hard. It's hard to have it. You know, it's hard to get it. Joey Styles, without a doubt, had a copy of it.
And he's got that cool spiky hair. I like his spiky hair.
Yeah, god dang it. I wish I could spike my hair. Fucking shit. I wish I could.
Thank you, everyone, for listening, and we'll be back next week with a brand new episode.
Dragon